Let's move on to some visit news. We got a couple of visits that were announced recently. Super exciting.
Yep.
The first one, LaMarcus Bug Jones. This is a 4-star out of Jackson, Mississippi, Callaway High School. 164th ranked player nationally and the 18th ranked offensive tackle. He's coming to visit on May 15th, which, Manny, I both feel like that is so far away, but also just like right around the corner. Like I just feel like it's going to be tomorrow and it's going to be May, but had a chance to look at LaMarcus yet, and kind of what are your thoughts on him coming in for a visit?
Yeah, offensive linemen are, especially at the high school level, when they're this good as a 4-star, they look like the biggest, most baddest player on the field, right? So again, offensive tackle, this would be a big get. You see that 4-star ranked 18th. That dude's going to probably start flirting with the 5-star before the season's all said and done. That would be a big time get. Like this would be, I would absolutely love this get. And again, I get so excited for these I love high school football. I get so excited for the recruiting aspect, but that transfer portal, they have to figure out a way to sustain these players and keep them, if that makes sense. So I would be a big time get though. I would love this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like you said, it's good to see them getting offers out early, getting guys on visits. I think, as I've always said, I think building these relationships is important. It's interesting. Again, I'm a graphics guy, so it's interesting that they use the Shador as the as like the official. You'll see that this comes up repeatedly, but yeah, I agree. I mean, like you said, the measurables are great. 6'5", 285. Coming out of Mississippi, they seem to really like their offensive linemen out of Mississippi and their players in general. But it's good. I'm excited about it. On the other side of the line, we have another 4-star coming to visit, King Thibodeau, which I'm a sucker for names. Sick name. Incredible. King Thibodeau, like just incredible. Looks like he's coming to visit in June. Again, so far out. But what do you know about King?
So watch a little bit of his tape. Again, he's out of Garland, Texas. This is Lakeview Centennial High School. This is like the cream of the crop there, right? Like we talk about. Mecca football is played there and in this area where he's part of that. Just a fantastic player, 194 nationally, 25th defensive lineman overall. So he's 6'3", 250 pounds. So he earned first team all district honors as a junior in 25. So racked up 75 tackles, 20 TFLs, 11 sacks, 27 QB pressures, and 4 forced fumbles. And he also had 6 catches for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow. Okay. I didn't even realize that. I hadn't seen that. That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. So I absolutely love this. This would be a big time get. You're looking at an edge player here. So I know they put him as D-line. He'll be an edge player though at the next level. And
I mean, unless he puts on significant weight, but I agree. I mean, 6'2", 260. I'm curious, was he playing tight end? Do you know this? Did you see these?
No.
I'm like, where did they have him catching passes?
Yeah, I think they had him at tight end. And
okay,
I mean, why wouldn't you, right? This dude is like he's one of those dudes that will come in, kind of like you saw London Merritt do, and he'll play a lot. He will play a lot as a freshman if he does decide to commit to Colorado.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great to see. And again, I think I'm kind of on the perspective of I think in my personal ideology with this, I tend to think the 5 stars are more who's got the most money for me types. The 4 stars tend to be a little bit more about fit. 3 stars are kind of like who wants me, so I think the 4 stars, I like them going after these 4-star guys who might be maybe a little bit under recruited and trying to get them on campus and just, again, really developing that relationship early.
Yeah. And he is one that will be a 5-star.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But if you can get there early before he is, hopefully, then you can get a better chance with him.
Yep, absolutely. And get that letter of intent signed. ASAP.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And again, if you guys are seeing a pattern here, we're going to go on to the next one. We've got another visit offer. The graphic is just so funny to me. We've got Khalil Taylor May. Tell us about Khalil.
Khalil, so 5'11", 180 pounds, so 4-star out of Pittsburgh, PA. So Pine Richland High School, 103rd nationally, 15th wide receiver. So 2024. So they didn't have a ton on his 25, but KDKA Super 7 2A Player of the Year, Century Conference Player of the Year, helped Seton LaSalle go 11-1 and reach the. So it's basically the championship game in Philly. So had caught 51 passes for 932 yards and 22 touchdowns, and also had 2 pick sixes on defense.
Pretty cool. I like it. And again, another 4-star guy, a little bit more East Coast centric. We had 2 guys, Mississippi and Texas, but looking at Pittsburgh now, 103 ranked nationally, 15th ranked wide receiver. I'm like, that's kind of to me like the sweet spot of where we should be looking. Is that when I again, video game, understand that totally different. But when I play college football, the video game, I look for those guys that are like slightly under recruited, sit in that somewhere between like 10 to 30 range in their position as my guys that I'm really going after early. So 5'11", 180, 22 touchdowns is great. And then the kickoff return touchdown is, we love our versatile receivers.
There was, so this is kind of a weird. So last year at this time, so we'll go off of some numbers I ran last year and looked up. So I love the recruiting, as you guys all know, but do you know what area produces the most up until last season? I don't know what it is this year. So up until the end of the 2024 season, which area produced the most All-Americans? So like first, second, right? Do you know which area?
Wow, what a question. This is probably going to be very wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to say California.
It's Pennsylvania. So there is this
no way
Philadelphia, Pittsburgh area. But again, so think where they were born, right? So you start thinking about that a little bit more, and where they played, it was the Pennsylvania area. So more so Philadelphia, because then you have prep schools and all these different places where these kids end up at for their senior years. It is the most ridiculous stat. And if you look at and here's another Pittsburgh football is very, very weird in the fact that they always produce really good pros because they're right there in the middle of that area, the University of Pittsburgh, right? You have your Larry Fitzgerald, Darrelle Revis's, LaShawn McCoy. It is insane. It is this weird thing that happens. I have no idea how it happens though.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
Aaron,
if I did hear it correctly, or if I had listened to the interview, Coach Marion has pretty strong ties in Pittsburgh.
That makes sense. Yep. Aaron Donald's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So it's
they got ball players.
They absolutely do.
I learned something new today, which is cool.
There you go.
All right, cool. I want to take a quick pause because we've been screen sharing and yapping away here on this beautiful Friday. I want to say thank you all for being here. Happy Friday. Happy pre-Valentine's Day. For all of you who celebrate or have a reason to celebrate. If you don't have someone to celebrate with, Manny and I will be your Valentines, your Palentines, I guess. So thank you guys for being here. And we appreciate all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions are willing to give us. We do a lot to put this show together. And so appreciate you guys sticking with us and hanging out on this Friday.
Yep. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys a ton.
Let's breeze through some offers, right? So we did not get a chance to talk through offers last week because of the Adam interview. So I want to go through, I'm going to run through really quickly, class by class, grade by grade, and we're just going to breeze through, and then you tell me your thoughts after I get through them. Does that work for you?
Yep.
Cool, because there's a lot in here. I want to preface, we have offered a lot of kids in the last 2 weeks. So this comes from the last 2 weeks up until now. First one on the list, we've got Kadarius McMiller, the 4-star running back out of, let me share my screen. Kadarius McMiller, we have a 4-star running back out of Tyler, Texas, 6'1", 196 pounds, receives an offer from Colorado football and Deion Sanders and Coach Ruff. Cool. Next on the list, we have 2027 4-star Gabe Jenkins out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 6', 187. Let me, I think if I zoom in more, we can, there we go. We'll go there. Cool. We got Gabe Jenkins, again, 4-star free safety out of Pittsburgh. Once again, looking at Pittsburgh, which is pretty cool. We've got 4-star defensive lineman, Benjervius Shoemaker.
Yep.
Ben Jarvis.
Ben Jarvis. I think, isn't that kind of like what the Patriots running? Ben Jarvis, Green Alice years ago.
Okay, honestly, great point. I forgot about that. I didn't know there was an I in there, so that's
Me
where
either.
that got me tripped up. 4-star defensive lineman out of Ackerman, Mississippi, 6'3", 285.
Yep.
We also have another 4-star defensive lineman. This is Caden Robinson Vickers. Caden Robinson Vickers is out of Dunellen, Florida, 6'3", 260. Another 4-star these are all 2027 kids. 2027 4-star cornerback, Keyshawn Telfair. Keyshawn,
I think, right? That's how.
Out of Euclid, Ohio, 6', 160. I'm just gonna get so many tabs open while I run through these. Well, again, we're still going on the 2027 4-stars. We've got 2027 4-star wide receiver Kyron Caldwell out of Lake City, Florida, 6'1", 175. We've got 4-star linebacker. This is, where am I? Colton McKibben out of Carlsbad, New Mexico, 6'3", 215. Again, 4-star linebacker. We've got 4-star tight end Jordan Karhoff out of Columbus, Ohio, 6'4", 215. And then of the 4-stars, rounding him out in the 2027 class, Rion Jackson out of Annapolis, Maryland, 6'4", 218. So to quickly recap, there was 9 4-stars that have been offered in the last 2 weeks, 2 defensive linemen, a free safety, a running back, a cornerback, a wide receiver, a linebacker, a tight end, and a defensive end. What are your thoughts on that just general grouping so far?
Yeah, I think, like you said, you got to attack these 4-stars. They're going to be more realistic to get, right, without breaking the bank. Again, CU's not going to be able to compete with your Ohio States financially, but I do love the attention to the trenches, as always, right, on the defensive side of the ball. Yep. And I'm almost curious with Ryan Jackson right here, the 4-star D end from Maryland. 218 is his size. That's
let me double check, because
I'm like, what the hell happened there?
I know, unless I saw Annapolis Edge on his 247 page, he's listed as 6'4", 218.
Damn. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna go have to watch some. Yeah, he looks about 218.
Yeah, maybe a little bit skinny. He's got some offers. He's leaning towards Virginia Tech.
Those are big time too. So
yep, Auburn, Duke, Florida, Georgia. Like he's got everybody looking to get him. So who knows? And these numbers could be wrong, 100%.
Yeah. And then I just the D lineman is where it starts, and then I like the attention to linebacker there, Colton McKibben. Again, those areas that Colorado struggled with, D line and cornerback. Right. D-line and linebacker in the prime era, right? That's been the tough spots.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the things I'd identified when I did that map was like you're hoping to get a little bit more tight ends offered, some linebackers offered, but I like them throwing in the occasional corner free. It's diverse, which is pretty cool. We're getting a lot of different positions out with offers. And if you look at the offers that have come out, if you did catch those when I was breezing through it, a lot of coaches are getting involved in the actual recruiting side. There's not just Coach Marion. It's not just Coach Box. A lot of the actual position coaches are getting out there, throwing the offers on the players that they believe in.
Right. Yep. And absolutely, Cam. Yep. Put on more size over the next year. And he will.
Totally.
He will. And that size is probably off. It's just my guess.
His page, I brought it up here. He says he's 220, but that's his own account. So we'll see.
Okay.
Cool. Let's move to the 3-stars. So these are all 3-stars that have been offered again in the last 2 weeks. I want to make sure that we don't have our guy on there, but first one on the list is 3-star athlete, Brooklyn Bailey out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, 5'11", 162. Next on the list, we have 3-star defensive end Cedric Marsh. Hold on, let me zoom out. I zoom in so much on these that I want to make sure you get the whole picture in here. 3-star defensive end Cedric Marsh out of Waxahachie, Texas. I'm hoping.
No idea.
6'5", 230. We've got Isaiah Alvarez. He lists himself at the 4-star, but he's a composite 3-star. 3-star wide receiver out of Ramsey, New Jersey, 6', 160. We've got 2027 3-star offensive lineman, Bryson Hurt out of Gainesville, Georgia, 6'4", 300. It's a good size on him.
Yep.
Got 3-star defensive lineman. This one came in yesterday, Kyron Haywood. He is from Denton, Texas, 6'1", 270. We got 3-star quarterback, Jamison Roberts. He is out of Saraland, Alabama, 6'3", 190. We've got Kenson Sullivan, 3-star defensive back out of Stafford, Virginia, plays both corner and safety, 6'1", 190. And then we have OU commit. So interesting. We've offered a couple of guys who are committed elsewhere. Devin Robertson, 3-star defensive lineman, committed to Oklahoma out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, 6'1", 333 pounds. With that grouping there, when we look at the 3-stars in 2027, what are your thoughts?
First one is the one from Highlands Ranch, right? So that is, I want to say Mountain Vista is probably what you're looking at there. Really good high school. Mountain Vista. Okay. So very good. That's a really good team. They have a quarterback that is, gosh, I should remember his name. Quarterback going to CSU. I wouldn't be shocked over the next year that if the Buffs do offer I can't remember his name, but really good. Like him. Yeah, I like this offer, and again, keeping it in state. So that is, first one that jumped off to me. And then there was I think that was the one that really stood out. Not a lot more. Not.
Yeah, I do like. I'm personally kind of a big fan of 3-star offensive linemen. Bryson Hurt. I like 6'4", 305. He lists himself as a 7-foot wingspan. I know. I'm like, I saw the measurables on that, and I'm like, this could be a guy. Yeah. Some of the other guys, I mean, like Jamison Roberts is picked up a lot of offers recently. 6'3", 190. And then
I like him because then you start thinking Brendan Marion. This is Brendan Marion.
Exactly.
Right? Yep.
Totally. And he's gotten a lot of offers. He's gotten a lot of awards recently. 4.3 GPA, which is pretty cool when you're
rolled down to his first. Look at those numbers.
Yeah, so 3,070 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, 21 rushing touchdowns, 58 total, 73% completion, only 5 interceptions. We'll have to break down the film if he ends up committing, but definitely. I love highly productive 3-stars. Maybe I'm getting into the Indiana idea, but I love the highly productive 3-stars.
Well, that's where you get the most bang for your buck.
Totally.
Honestly, throughout history, but I love that. Jamison Roberts, just looking at that without watching the film and kind of looking at the stats and everything there, that's Brendan Marion go offense all over it.
Yep. And then the last one I really like in this 3-star is the OU guy. 333 at that age is big. Clearly Oklahoma sees something in him and we're making a late push. I guess not really even late, but I think that could be a guy that we take a chance on, see if he's really committed or if he's just got his eyes looking elsewhere.
Maybe there's your nose tackle right there.
Could be. Cool. Before we get into 2027, kind of want to get your thoughts, Manny, just in general of in terms of overall 2027 focus. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 9 4-stars and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 3-stars that have been offered in the last 2 weeks. So 17 total guys. In the 3-stars, we've got one offensive lineman, 2 defensive linemen, 1 DB, 1 QB, 1 wide receiver, 1 athlete. Again, all over the field. How do you feel like they're attacking in this 2027 class?
Yeah, I think I'm almost curious now, though, how this is going to shift. There's no 5-star offers, right? As of right now.
As like in the last 2 weeks, there haven't been. But we have, I think, a couple out. Like we had some 2027 from like earlier, like the kids that have mostly already committed, mostly quarterbacks and a couple of running backs.
Yeah, and I guess the reason I asked that is, in the last 2 weeks, I'm just curious though how much they're really going to invest moving forward. I wonder if it's even going to be less into these high school players, just because it's the portal that was unreal. Like the last couple years have been unreal, but this year, holy cow, that was crazy. Do you know what I mean? That was absolutely crazy. My other thing from seeing this, outside of like how much emphasis they're going to put on this, is one of the things I've been hitting over and over and over again is they are still not recruiting California, which is a big time. I struggle with that.
There was a couple offers I'd seen. They were mostly, I think, quarterbacks, if I remember correctly, but they were old offers and they were all Southern California, like right in the LA area. So would love to see them expand that. I agree with you. I want to move on down to, we're still in 2027 here, but this is actually the most interesting part. I'm not going to share all of these because I feel like it's going to be a headache to watch me jump through all of them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 unranked 2027 offers that have gone out in the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to breeze through them really quick here and tell me if anybody jumps out to you, okay? So you got 2027 unranked defensive lineman Mitchell Turner out of Louisville, Mississippi. Louisville, whatever. 6'3", 275. We've got unranked wide receiver Ryan Ferdinand out of West Palm Beach, Florida, 6'1", 190. Unranked athlete Marquise Fennell out of Valdosta, Georgia, 5'10", 175. Unranked tight end Parker Newman out of Seaverville, Tennessee, 6'5", 210. Unranked defensive end Jaron Allen II out of Cedar Hill, Texas, 6'4", 225. Unranked tight end Matthew McIntyre out of Florence, Alabama, 6'4", 230. Unranked defensive lineman Kenny Fairley out of Fairburn, Georgia, 6'1", 280. Unranked tight end, I say it like it's not, they're all unranked. Carter Blackwell out of Leesburg, Georgia, 6'4", 210. Unranked cornerback Miguel Wilson out of Mobile, Alabama, 5'10", 170. And then unranked corner, 3-star. We already covered him. That was our commit. He's a 3-star, not an unranked guy. When I say all these, like, so 9 total unranked offers in the last 2 weeks. What are your thoughts?
Maybe these are guys that are looking to build again, that they know are going to stay on campus, right, because of the low ranking system. And again, you look at, what is it, the last 2 number 1 overall picks were unranked, right? Fernando Mendoza was unranked coming out. Cam Ward was. The star system is only as good as the evaluator, right? And again, I what I immediately go to is Jaron Allen II, Cedar Hill, Texas, right? Because again, that's a school I'm familiar with in Texas. Then you look at West Palm Beach, Florida, wide receiver Ryan Ferdinand. So those kind of guys, and Miguel Wilson, Mobile, Alabama. So these places that I'm more familiar with as far as like high school football goes. And then Marcus Fennell right there with Georgia. Georgia is a blue blood.
I was gonna say Valdosta in particular. I know they've been crushing it recently.
So that's kind of my take with it. I guess that's what I see.
Yeah, I think it's, for me, I'm like, it's really interesting to see this be like much more of an emphasis than it has been in years past. I don't know how many true like 0-star unranked guys that we've really brought in years past, but again, you're looking at a lot of defensive linemen there. So 2 defensive linemen, a defensive end, 3 tight ends. So 3 unranked tight ends. So maybe they're looking for another situation. Why am I blanking on his name? The guy that flipped to Miami, Gavin Mueller. He was a 3-star, bumped to a 4-star, but like I think they see a couple of these guys 6'5", 210, 6'4", 230, 6'4", 210, where they can really build a mold, a specific type of player out of these guys. But it's just so interesting to see them really pursuing these unranked guys very vigorously.
Yep, absolutely.
We're going to breeze through the rest of these here. We've got a couple of 2028 guys. Okay. We got a question here. Where are these unranked guys from? I remember a few cities. I was wondering if the unranked guys are from smaller, lesser-known towns with much less resources or notoriety. No. See, that's the part we're getting at here is Louisville, Mississippi, West Palm Beach, Florida, Valdosta, Georgia, Seaverville, Tennessee, Cedar Hill, Texas, Florence, Alabama, Fairburn, Georgia, Leesburg, Georgia, Mobile, Alabama, and Miami, Florida.
And I think with this, so what I do know is they'll rank their 250, 300. And again, just because they're not ranked doesn't mean that they don't deserve a 4 or 5 star. It's just that, I think Adam explained that lot. I think he was kind of talking, but it's they can't rank, 1,000 players. That is really, really difficult to do. That is the reason for it. But no, a lot of these guys are not coming from smaller areas, anything like that. It's just kind of the way it works. Some of these kids are really, really good, but don't go to all like the Under Armour camps, the Huddle camp, all these different things to get measurables done.
Yeah.
So that plays a part as well.
Yeah, and for the record too, just so people know, I use 247 when I pull these rankings from. It's very possible that On3 has them as a 3-star, and I just didn't get a chance to double check all of them. But I'm basing this off of 247 ranks, and as I've said in the past, 247 is not nearly as covered in terms of like the rankings that they give out to guys. When On3 tends to have a much more thorough analysis of players. So. If any of these become much more serious and they maybe commit or like we're trending towards it, we'll do a deeper dive and give you a full understanding there.
Yep.
Okay, a couple of 2028 offers went out. Again, I'm not going to actually I will, because these ones are kind of notable. You asked about 5-stars, and we've had a couple of 5-star offers go out in the last 2 weeks. First one being Braylon Clark. He's a 5-star wide receiver in the 2028 class. Hold on, let me get my screen share back up here. There we go. Braylon Clark, 2025 5-star wide receiver out of Charlotte, North Carolina, 6'3", 188. Getting an offer from the Buffs, which is super cool. We've got 2028 5-star safety, James Foster. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Hold on. There we go. James Foster. He is a 5-star safety out of Lancaster, Texas, 6'1", 195. We've got 5-star running back, Zayden Jernigan. This is actually the number 1 running back in 2028. Also out of Louisville, Mississippi, 5'11", 195.
Bedford, yeah.
And then we've got 2028 4-star Braylon Bedford out of Vardaman, Mississippi, 5'10", 160.
I mean, star chasing there, right? I hope they get Zayden Jernigan right. Like that would be big time. But again, I think with these 5-stars, it's more relationship building for what's to come down the road.
Totally. Yeah. There was one other guy that got offered, unranked 2028 QB Titus Heward. Yep. Out of Littleton, Colorado. Do you know anything about this guy?
Yes, I do. So Titus Heward. Heward, this is the son of Brock Heward, former NFL quarterback.
Got it. Okay, cool.
This is his son. He plays at Valor Christian. I'm pretty sure he's at Valor Christian, right? That's what his profile.
Yeah, let me double check.
I'm pretty sure it's Valor. Yeah, it has to be.
Valor.
Valor, okay. Yeah, Valor Christian. I don't know why he's not ranked, but this kid has offers from like Washington, Colorado, and a few more Power 4 schools, Arkansas as well. I mean, they're so far out though at this point. I think sometimes they only have like 50 players ranked in that totally. 2 years from now. I guess, it'd be a class removed now since 26 is essentially over. So they're 27. So even with 27, they're still working on their list as well. But 28, they probably have 50 to 100 kids ranked right now because it is so difficult.
Totally. But there was one guy I realized. Sorry, go ahead.
Titus Heward would be a big time get though.
6'5", 205. I love me some tall quarterbacks, but right in that range. But 2020, we have one more too. 2028 unranked free safety CJ Craig James out of Birmingham, Alabama, 6'3", 185. Another guy again who I think has good offers that we'll see how he ends up developing. And then we have one 2029 kid that got offered. We got a 2029 quarterback.
I'm looking at it like, that don't make sense to me. But
unranked quarterback Ty Snell out of Allen, Texas, 6'1", 174. Do you know anything about our guy? Or
I know about Allen, Texas. I don't know anything about Ty Snell. Has he been the starter? Do you know? I mean,
I have literally no idea. I'm pulling up his page right now.
yeah,
Yeah, Ty Snell out of Allen, Texas.
Started as a freshman.
He's got offers.
Ooh.
He's got Oregon. He's got Ohio State. He's got Kentucky. He's got Houston. He's got offers.
Okay. So it says he played an equivalent of 5 full games.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah. We'll have to do a little bit deeper dive, but
yeah,
he could
Allen,
be a
Texas
guy.
too. That's big time football. I know you guys are probably like, not every school is in tech.
Manny loves all schools when it comes to football.
Yeah, is he at? Let me see. Allen Eagles. Yep. Cool.
So that's our update, right? So that's in total. We had 17 2027 go out in the last 2 weeks. Actually, that's just the ranked guys. So then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 28 total offers in 2027 go out in the last 2 weeks, which is cool. Like I'm really like, I don't remember a time that our recruiting has been that I'm trying to think of a word.
Dialed in.
Yeah, like I was gonna say like volume heavy, like just so many offers going out to so many different types of guys. I'll eventually do a recruiting update with like the map and everything, but I think it's just cool. Like you have an even split between 4 stars, 3 stars. Maybe you know this question. I should have asked this to Adam, but like, do 2 stars and 1 stars exist like anymore? Like, do they just not get recruited, or is it just
they just don't rank them?
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like no one's ever been a 2 star or 1 star. We've never seen.
Yeah, those are tough too. So
that's why I'm like, just change it from like to like 3 star to 2 star to 1 star. Remove the 5 stars. Like, what is the point?
I don't get it either. But yeah, I have not, man. It's probably since like the Athlon. And when it was Rivals in like the magazine, that I've not seen a 1 or 2 star recruit. It's been a long time. So,
totally.
But yeah, and real quick before I do want to pull something up. So, just kind of that stat I was telling you guys about Pennsylvania. So it's from 2019 to 2024. So this is what I was talking about, Pennsylvania. Where is that thing at? Is it a window? Yes. So just kind of something I made, being a dork about things, I guess, nerding out hard on football recruiting. Cool. I made this about a year ago. But look at this area up in here. This is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then
I had no idea.
Ohio. I mean, because you expect this, this, right? You expect the Georgia area, the Florida area. But isn't I was shocked at it when I made this thing and started digging into it. I was like, why don't people go and recruit the shit out of Pennsylvania and this area over here? So, what you'll find too is Ohio State does a lot of recruiting there, and then it bleeds into Ohio as well. And that's why you see Ohio State, because not all the recruits are from California and all over. Ohio has some good football as well.
Yep. That tracks. That makes a lot of sense.
That's wild, though. You would never think that, though.
Not at all. You know what's crazy is, as you may know, Manny, my home state of Maine recently had a #1 pick in the NBA draft. That was super cool. I'm just waiting for the day that Maine produces any NFL talent or college football talent in general. I don't think I've ever seen a kid from Maine go play anywhere in D1. I could be way wrong on that, but hopefully one day we'll get a guy.
They have really good lobster. Lobster rolls in Maine is fantastic. So
absolutely, if you get a chance to go, only go not during the summer. Please stop causing traffic. I hate everyone that comes in the summer, even though I'm the one that goes in the summer. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.